My name is Ty Gregg, and I am Enneatype 9, which is sometimes called the Peacemaker.
And I'm Laura Grigg, and I'm a type 5, which is sometimes called the Observer. I would say that our types are pretty complementary in that we're both independent and we have some of the same struggles too. We're both delayed. We have delayed responses, though, for different reasons. So that's something that I think has been helpful for us to think more about and talk more about.
Mm-hmm. Kind of along those same lines, there's that sort of thing where one of the things that we have in common too is that we can kind of live in our own little worlds and be pretty happy. And so I think there was this realization of that we have this tendency to do that, where we can go long periods of time where I'm in my own world and she's in her own world, and we're just sort of coexisting together. And so by just learning about that, we were able to say, okay, we'll just kind of we could kind of keep going and drifting further and further unless we do some kind of unless we become aware, oh, we're doing that thing where we're in our own worlds and we need to kind of come together again. And so that's been a helpful language and a prompt for oh, this thing is happening again and we need to go on a date, or we need to really get out of our worlds and connect. Mm-hmm. One of the things with one of the dynamics is sometimes I will share something, an idea or something that I kind of want to do, and the way that I would read Laura would be that she was skeptical or just negative about it, and then through this I was learning that wasn't really the reality.
Through either my facial expressions or me asking for more information, which for me is just gathering data, and figuring out how I'm going to allocate my resources. He might think that I was resistant or hesitant, when really that's just the time that I take to make a decision or respond.
Mm-hmm. So. But then I would interpret it as oh, she's basically saying no, and then my conflict avoidance would kick in. I'm well, I guess that's done, or I don't want to I'm not going to press it any further, and so then I would just go and back into my own little world and kind of be sort of angry or sad, and maybe passive aggressive. but then I learned oh, wait a minute, that doesn't mean no. And what I learned about Laura was that what she's really looking for, or what's really helpful for her, is space. So one of the things we've learned is whenever we're talking about those types of things, to never feel the pressure to that we have to come to kind of a decision that moment, but just we're just airing it out there, and then it's and give it some time and give it some space to process, which is probably helpful for both of us. Mm-hmm. Because of our delayed responding. And then the other thing is that one of the things that's really helpful for Laura as a 5 is that she needs more. Some of it's just she needs more information, or she needs more data, and so the importance of making a case. And so now I think about sometimes if I'm really wanting to appeal for something, I to do my research ahead of time and kind of lay it out and make a little presentation, and say, well, no, I've thought of this and this and this, see, and then that's helpful for you.
Yeah, because it's not that I'm resistant or that I always say no, to any ideas or decisions, But if I don't think it's a good idea, of course, I will say that, and I will say exactly why. So one of the things that I've learned because of our dynamics is that I need to make more of a conscious effort to verbalize what's going on in here. And so, especially in more emotional situations, when I'm taking that time to sort of identify and express what I'm thinking or feeling, it helps Ty if I actually say that out loud, because it might look like I don't care, I'm not empathizing, and really I'm just assuming that he knows that I do without me actually saying it. It doesn't even occur to me that I'd have to vocalize it.
And for me, coming out of the weekend, it was really learning that sometimes Laura's aloofness is not rejection of me personally, but it's more of her needing the space to process, and so it's helped me to stay in those type of conversations.